This video is going to be a 3D resin bloom tutorial in our 8-inch flower border tray mold using Bond Craftor mica powders and resin. I started off with 4.5 ounces of regular Bond Craftor resin to put on the bottom of my mold, and I put aside 0.68 ounces for my white and 0.5 ounces for two different colors, dark blue and rose red mica powders that I turned into pigment paste in my previous video. Watch that video to see how I did that. Look how beautiful that rose red is and that blue. I thought I would do this a little bit differently by piping in circles, so I put all three colors into piping bags. And I'm just starting with white right around the center, and then I'm going to go the rose red and the blue, and that is the dark blue color. Look how carefully I'm drawing those circles. And I waited till the resin was 38 degrees Celsius before I put it in the bottom, and that keeps the colors from blending. Plus, these are mica powder, or actually it's pigment paste and resin, so they're not going anywhere like regular alcohol inks do when they dissipate. And there I'm just repeating the pattern. The white circle, then I'll do rose red again, and then the blue. I will speed this up when I'm going through some other parts. This, I just want you to be how impressed that I'm drawing circles and not touching the other colors. I don't know how I did that because I tend to get so messy when I'm trying to be careful. And then I'm just going to take a silicone tool, little pen, just getting rid of some blobs there. And then I'm going to draw my flower points in. And this mold makes it really easy to do because you have the preset points there where it kind of is leading you into the center. And I pull from outside in first, kind of like the hands on a clock, 12 and 6, 9 and 3. And then I repeat it going out to the smaller points after I do these pulling in on the larger points. Looks very red, white, and blue, but it isn't. It turns out very pink and bluish purpley looking in the end. See how wonderfully those pigment pastes are holding on their own? And there, I'm just pulling inside to out. And this, the 4.5 ounces, I think I only mixed up about a ½ ounce for each of those two colors, the pink and the blue. You could have used a little, I could have used a little bit more on the bottom because there was quite a bit of room left. So I'd probably end up putting 2.5 ounces on the bottom next time and then adding in the colors. Because even though it's a ½ ounce of color, it's really not taking up that much room in the mold where it's going to spill over the edge. Plus that first border there is where you put the glass. And here's after it's cured. Those colors look really pretty already. And then I'm just going to mix up 12 ounces for the back. And I have this blackish silver mica that I got from Amazon and my favorite twinkling silver star. I used 3 large scoops of the black and 2 small scoops of the silver. And see how pretty that, it's just got a sheen to it. It's not just plain black. And it's not all glittery because sometimes glittery backs look kind of tacky. And then you just pour it in and wait for that to cure. Till the next day, of course. Oh, and this was fast cure resin I used on the back. I used regular Bond Craftor for the front, Flower Bloom, and the back was the fast cure resin by them. And see how pretty that looks? It's like ethereal looking. Very metallic looking too. Some of those powders are metallic, some are pearlescent, but I love the blend of those colors. And now this mold, there I am using my Duraclear gloss varnish. This will be sped up here. And I have a pipette and a little paintbrush. And then I have 2 ounces of our peacock blue glass. And I'm just laying a basin there, or painting a basin of the gloss varnish. This acts like a glue. If you put resin in here, it would tend to cover the glass and make it look all kind of mucky looking. The varnish you can just pour on top and it dries clear. And here I'm just sped up, I don't do it this fast, putting the glass in on the border. And these little border tray molds of ours actually make the finished pieces be a little bit more than just a flat piece of resin. You could put mica powders out here, you could put glass, you could put crystals. The only limit is your imagination, as I always say. I could have used purple glass in here, but Kevin thought the blue looked good. And there I'm just using the silicone pen to kind of push it into the corners to make sure I don't miss any areas. And then you take the pipette and you just coat the glass with it. It looks kind of blue when it goes on, and it looks like I'm putting a lot on there, but it has to seep down through all the glass layers. And it does dry absolutely clear, and it just sparkles. And here we'll go a little bit faster so you don't have to watch paint drying. This gloss varnish does take about 24 hours to dry, so it's not something that can be done in an hour or two. And this works perfectly on the glass. And there's the finished piece. Look at how pretty that glass border is around those ethereal colors of the pink and the blue. The mica colors and the resins from Bond Craftor sure made this project shine. Can't wait to try some more colors.